place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rise Room. And yes, posting on Christmas Day was intentional. I know today can look very different for everyone. Some of us are surrounded by family, some of us are resting, and some of us are just trying to make it through the day because the holiday season is different for every single person. So, wherever you are, I'm really glad that you press play. My name is Tashi, and this space was created for real conversations about mental health, healing, and growth. And that space was created, without pressure, without pretending we have it all together because we really don't. So today's episode is episode 12, the final episode of season 1, and it's called Tying It All Together. So what's next for the Rise Room? What's next for us, right? This episode feels like a natural pause, and Christmas just felt like the right day to have this conversation. So this episode isn't about teaching you something new. It's really about slowing down and looking at what we've already talked about this season: self-worth, boundaries, burnout, choosing ourselves basically, emotional environments, and asking, what does all of this mean when we put it together? Growth isn't just about learning, it's about integrating, and that usually requires space. So, in plain terms, this is me checking in with you. Instead of rushing into the next episode or the next season, I wanted to pause and say, let's breathe. Let's sit with what resonated. Let's be honest about what changed, even in small ways. Sometimes the most mature thing we can do is to just stop long enough to understand where we are. A lot of us struggle with pausing, especially during the holidays. There's pressure to be present, happy, productive, grateful all at once. But real life doesn't stop just because it's Christmas. Grief still shows up, stress still shows up, fatigue still there. This episode is a reminder that it's okay to meet yourself honestly, especially today. You don't owe anyone a version of you that feels forced. For me, creating the Rise Room this season was a stretch in ways I didn't fully expect. It required consistency, vulnerability, and the willingness to say things out loud that I once kept to myself. And what I learned in this growth was inspiring. So instead of pushing into season 2 immediately, I'm choosing intention because I want this space to be sustainable, not rushed. So if you've ever reached a point where you realize you needed to pause, not because you were quitting, but because you were growing, I'd love for you to share that in the comments. I know I'm not the only one. We're seeing this need for rest reflected everywhere. Burnout rates are at all-time high that we've ever seen. Mental health challenges are spiked during the holidays, even for people who seem fine on the outside. Research actually shows that intentional pause, real rest, reflection, and boundary setting improves emotional regulation, creativity, and clarity long term. So, choosing to pause isn't failing or falling behind, it's really protecting yourself. So, here are a few things that really stuck with me while preparing for this episode. Burnout often comes from lack of boundaries, not lack of passion. Reflection helps close emotional loops before starting something new. Rest actually improves problem solving and emotional resilience. Short breaks can prevent long term mental health decline, and healing doesn't happen in straight lines, it happens in cycles. Healing, especially at the end of a season, literal or emotional, means honoring what you've learned without rushing to the next chapter. So during this break, the Rise Room will be still active. We'll be resharing episodes, creating short videos, and building our digital blueprint. making sure the foundation is solid before we come back in early February. This is about alignment, not absence. So I want you guys to think of it that way. So for this final Rise Challenge of Season 1, I want to keep it gentle. Sometime today or this week, take a minute and ask yourself, what did this season teach me about myself? And just as important, what do I need more of going forward? Is it rest? Is it boundaries? Is it grace? Is it self-love? No pressure to act, just notice. As always, I want to thank you truly for being a part of Season 1 of the Rise Room. Whether you're listening to one episode or all 12, your presence here matters. We'll be taking a short break and returning in early February. Until then, please like, share, and subscribe, and revisit the episodes that spoke to you. This isn't an ending, it's a pause, and sometimes pauses are where the deepest healing begins. So I'm wishing you peace, softness, and clarity today and every other day. As always, step in, rise up. This is the Rise Room. I'll see you next time, everyone. Happy holidays.